Good morning, everyone in Imam Shafi schools. Good morning, my students in grade 1 in the secondary stage. How are you today? I hope you are fine. Don't forget to pray for Allah and follow instructions against coronavirus. Okay, today we have an important grammar lesson in our lesson 3A. Who can remember the title of the lesson? Yes, need some cash? Yes, this is the title of our lesson. First of all, we have a quick revision. In the previous lesson, we talked about what? Yes, we talked about negative questions. And we concentrated on two main points in this lesson. Point 1, how do we form negative questions? Yes, and we said that we form negative questions by adding the word not to the affirmative question to make it negative question. And the second point was why do we use negative questions? And we said that we use negative questions for two purposes. Number one, to express surprise, very good. And number two is to expect the listener to agree with us. Yes, very good. This is the negative question. Today we have a new grammar lesson, and I want you to concentrate and pay attention with me. Our lesson today is related to negative question, but it's not negative question. It's called question tag. What's question tag? باختصار كده سريعا، ده اللي بنقول عليه باللغة العربية السؤال الذيلي، ومن الاسم كده تعرف ان هو بيأتي في آخر الجملة، وبنعبر عنه احيانا بكلمة أليس كذلك؟ أليس كذلك؟ وده هنعرف تفاصيل عنه. Now, pay attention with me. Before we start our lesson, we must concentrate on some points. We have 3 points to discuss in our lesson today. Number 1, what's a question tag? What's a question tag? What do we mean by question tag? Number 2, why do we use question tags? Why do we use it? When do we use it? Number 3, the way we use question tag. How do we form question tag? In order بالترتيب. What's a question tag? ايه هو السؤال الذيلي؟ ايه هو question tag? Number 2, why do we use question tags? احنا ليه بنستخدمهم؟ Number 3, how do we form question tag? ازاي بنكون question tag او السؤال الذيلي؟ Before we start our lesson with question tag, we must concentrate on something important in the grammar lesson. So what? يا ترى ايه بقى الحاجة اللي المفروض ننبه عليها ونركز عليها قبل ما نبدأ question tag? Today we have a common word called auxiliary verb. Auxiliary verb. What's auxiliary verb and why is it important in our lesson? Now let's see what's an auxiliary verb. Look at these examples. In each sentence, we sometimes have main verb and an auxiliary verb. Mr. Alaa, can you show us some examples to understand? Yes. Look at this. Omar is playing tennis. This sentence has two verbs. Is a verb and playing a verb. So what is an auxiliary verb and playing is a main verb. يعني باختصار كده في عندنا حاجة اسمها الأفعال الرئيسية والأفعال المساعدة اللي بنقول عليها auxiliary verb أو help verb. الأفعال الرئيسية اللي هو بيكون الفعل الرئيسي في الجملة اللي بيعبر عن مفهوم الجملة، لكن الauxiliary verb أو الفعل المساعد بيكون مساعد للmain verb. زي ما شفنا عندنا في المثال ده، عندي is هو الauxiliary verb و playing هو المين verb. Another example: we don't eat fish. We don't eat fish. In this example, we can see that don't is an auxiliary verb, but eat is the main verb. Another example: I can't swim. I can't swim. Can't, it's a modal verb. Yes, it's an auxiliary verb, and swim is the main verb. So now we have defined, or we can now differentiate between auxiliary verb and main verb. Okay. What's a question tag? Let's go to our lesson. What's a question tag? We said that we have 3 points to discuss. What's a question tag? And why do we use question tag? And how do we form question tag? This is one. What's a question tag? Can you read? Yes. It's a short question. Short question, not long question. Used at the beginning of the statement? No, we said it's tag. So it comes at the end of a statement. Yes, very good. It comes at the end of a statement. This is 1. 2. Why do we use question tags? Why do we use question tags? We use question tags for 2 purposes. Number 1, when we are not sure about something, we want to make sure about something, so we use question tag. Number 2, when we want the listener to agree with us. When I say something and want the listener to agree with me, to make it, to confirm my statement, so I use the question tag with the listener. Yes, these are point 1 and point 2. Now let's go to point 3 and pay attention, because point 3 has some steps and we must concentrate to understand and to form the question tag in correct way. Now pay attention. Yes, how do we form question tags? We have some steps to follow to form the question tags. Number 1, look at this example. We will practice using this example. Now, example: Soha doesn't play tennis. Soha doesn't play tennis. Let's use this example to show the way or the method to form a question tag. Number 1, define the auxiliary verb of the statement. Soha doesn't play tennis. This sentence has 2 verbs, an auxiliary verb and a main verb. The auxiliary verb is doesn't. Yes, very good. Step 2, define the personal pronoun of the statement. Soha is the subject of the statement. Yes, if we want to replace the subject with the personal pronoun, Soha is a female, so we use she. Very good. Step 3, change the statement from affirmative form into negative form and vice versa. الخطوة دي مهمة جدا. الستيب دي مهمة جدا، اللي هي اني انا بحول شكل الجملة اذا كانت اصلا الستيتمنت عندي هي affirmative مثبتة، بحولها الى negative. ولو هي negative بحولها إلى affirmative، ودي خطوة مهمة جدا. So I change doesn't into does. So the new shape of the question tag will be like this. Soha doesn't play tennis. Does she? Look at the question written in red. Yes, does she? This is the question tag of this example. Mr. Ala, new example please. Okay. Sami and Ali can swim. Sami and Ali can swim. We must follow the 3 steps. Step 1. We have to define the auxiliary verb in the sentence. The auxiliary verb in the sentence is can. Yes, very good. Number 2, step 2 is to define the personal pronoun of the sentence. Yes, very good. The personal pronoun in this sentence is Sami and Ali. So we can replace the subject into personal pronoun they, because they are plural, Sami and Ali. So I can replace the subject Sami and Ali with the personal pronoun they. Step 3. This sentence is affirmative or negative? Yes, it's affirmative, so I must change it into the negative form. So I will replace the auxiliary verb can with can't. Yes, so the new shape of the question tag will be, yes, Sami and Ali can swim. Can't they? The sentence written in red is the question tag. Yes. Mr. Ala, you show us affirmative sentences and negative sentences. Can you show us a new example? Yes, let's go. Jane went to the school. Oh, Mr. Ala, this sentence doesn't have an auxiliary verb. So I must search for the proper auxiliary verb of the sentence. What's the proper auxiliary verb of this sentence? The sentence is written in the past simple form. So the auxiliary verb I can use is, yes, very good, did. When I wanted to start a question in the past simple, I use did. Very good. So the auxiliary verb is did. Now I got the auxiliary verb did. Now and the second step is what? I must change the subject into what? Into the personal pronoun. Jane. It's a male. He is a boy called Jane, so he will become, yes, he. And the third step, this sentence is affirmative or negative? Yes, it's affirmative statement, so I must change it into the negative statement. So the auxiliary the question tag of this sentence will be, yes, it's written in red. Jane went to the school. Didn't she? Didn't he? Okay. This is the question tag. But what? Note. وصلنا زي ما بنقول كده الحالات الغير نظامية. معظم القواعد عندنا في اللغة الإنجليزية بتكون نظامية، بس بيكون في أحيانا بعض الاكسبشنالز، الاستثناءات كده، حالات الاكسبشنالز. We have 3 exceptional states in this grammar lesson. What are they? Number 1, I'm a good player. This statement, at first it's affirmative, yes, very good, but here the auxiliary verb is ambiguous، غامض، مش واضح. المفروض ان انا عندي اقول am not I، المفروض ان انا احولها change into negative. قال لي لا، دي الحالة الوحيدة اللي I يأتي معها are. So I'm a good player when I wanted to use the question tag, I say aren't I, not am not I. No, 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 no. It's aren't I. Okay, number two. Let's go to the park. Let's go to the park. This is for suggestion. ده اقتراح. فمش هتمشي عليها نفس القاعدة بإني أنا أمشي على 3 steps. لا. In suggestion we use shall we. Okay. Number 3. Open the door. This is imperative statement. دي جملة أمرية. نفس الشيء ما بيمشيش عليها القاعدة اللي هي 3 steps اللي احنا بنحول عليهم اللي بنجيب بيهم الكويستشن تاج. لا في الامبيراتيف سنتنس we use اللي هو modal verb, we use will you. Okay, we don't say don't you. No, 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 no. We say open the door. Will you? Okay, the statements and the questions written in red are the correct forms of the question tag, but the statements and the questions written in green are not the correct question tags. Okay, now please open your book, page 35, exercise DB. Yes, this is exercise 4B in your student's book, page 35. Yes, let's answer. Complete the dialogues with the correct question tags. 1. A with B. A. So, you went to the bank today. This is affirmative question or negative. This is affirmative statement or negative statement. Yes, very good. It's affirmative, so I'll change it into negative. And the auxiliary verb, the proper auxiliary verb in this sentence is did. So I will, and the proper personal pronoun is you. So I'll say, didn't you? B. No, you didn't tell me to go. This is, yes, we use didn't, so it's negative statement. So in the question tag I will use the affirmative one. So I will say, did you? Yes, I did. Sorry. You can go tomorrow. This is affirmative, so I will use the negative form in the question tag. So I can say, can't you? Yes. 2. A. The banks are closed today. The banks, this is affirmative statement. I want to change it into negative. The banks, yes, don't, aren't they, because the negative of are is aren't, so they will become aren't they. B. Yes, but there is a cash machine around the corner. You have seen it. So it will become haven't you. You're right. I'll go there. You won't be long. It's negative. I'll change it into affirmative, so it will be will you? Yes. No, I just need to check something. You don't have internet banking. Don't have, so it will become do you? Yes. Now, thank you, and I hope you understood the lesson. Goodbye.